All right, hello. Welcome to the first episode of Kurt and Relish. All right, cool. So, first topic, I feel should be something like, oh, well, what about the crazy shit that we've seen, you know?
Fucking retarded.
Yeah. All right, so yeah, what's yours? What's yours?
What is mine? Well, we did see a car on the freeway that was pretty fucked up, and I was like, that car is gonna be fucked up. And then like a mile later, the wheel just flew off.
Yeah, no. It was like, I think it was, it's, I'm sure it's similar to my back wheel because it was like rumbling like over, like in circles and shit. Like it looks like loose as fuck. And then this motherfucker, he's in the HOV lane and he just fucking, like, just keeps going like farther and farther. And we just see smoke, like tire smoke. And then we just see the fucking thing fly up into the air.
Every time we go on 95, I swear to God, we see people with fucked up tires. Like yesterday,
Yeah.
we saw that tire that was like mostly flat.
Yeah. 100%. Yeah,
People
no.
can't maintain their cars, especially you.
Yeah, no, obviously. My car's balls, bro. What the fuck? No, but like, I really don't know why people can't just fucking, I don't know, like, what is it? Is it lack of money? Or is it just being fucking poor?
That's
the same shit.
Like the same way that you don't like to spend more money when you don't have to, people think that they don't have to, but they really do. Like, it's the equivalent of you breaking your ankle being like, I don't have to see a doctor. When you obviously have to see a fucking doctor, your ankle's broken.
Yeah. All right. What's your favorite video game? I want to know. I actually don't even know what your actual favorite video game is, though.
So it's either League of Legends or Minecraft, and one of them puts me at a degenerate and the other immature. So in reality, there's no right answer.
Well, you're not immature to play Minecraft, bro. The amount of fucking memories I have on that shit is like unbelievable. Like, I'm talking like 2012, 2013, and then back in like 2016 when like survival games was like a huge thing.
When I played survival games, I played it obsessively for a long time, and then one game, I can't remember the map. It was one of those big maps from like way back when, and there were like holes in the ground that were too deep, right? Can't jump out of them. You're stuck. And I remember being in a building, and one guy comes up to me, and he just crouches over my hole.
Okay.
And I'm just sitting there like, fuck. I typed in chat, can you just kill me so I can get another game? He's like, nah. And I'm like, all right, you want to play another one together? And he's like, sure. His name was like Dylan or something. He was from fucking Alaska.
Alaska?
He was from Alaska. I don't know.
That's obscure.
What ended up happening is that we played survival games for a while back when Skype was the way to talk and not Discord.
Yeah, 100%.
Like way back when. And then he invited me to his faction. And they were like, top 5 factions on the server at the time.
Yeah.
Lavacraft, which then got bought out by MC Central, right? So it was a relatively big server. We had a big faction, several bases, and that was like my childhood. I'd play for like 12 hours a day, including school, or if I was off school, I'd play 16, 17 hours of just, basically I was just a kid playing with people who were like a few years older than me, so they knew what to do, and they introduced me to the whole hacks, hack clients.
100. Yeah, those are fucked.
Oh, I love them. I play survival games all the time with them.
Yeah, I know someone. I'm gonna avoid all names and locations, but
Just said Jay.
There's someone. No.
Not him.
No. It starts with a. I'm not even gonna say it, but no, he's some guy that we know, and he used to use full fucking X-ray on like UHC and shit like that. Bro.
Yeah, bro, I use X-ray.
Like, why, man? Like, what's the fucking point?
Well, for you, you like to work for a win. You like to feel that gratification. But for me, just winning is gratification.
Yeah, but that's fucking bullshit, bro. I'm sorry. It's stupid.
I don't care, dog.
It's stupid. No, but favorite games for me. I mean, I think my favorite game of all time, still to this day, is Uncharted 2: Among Thieves. 100% best game ever made.
It's a great game.
Uncharted games in general are just unbelievable. Last of Us, obviously, all that shit. Naughty Dog's just a great fucking developer, but yeah, the Batman games also, Asylum, City, and Night, all fucking incredible games. Arkham Origins was a fucking prequel, and it wasn't made by the same people who fucking made the main trilogy. It was like a prequel, but it was still good. Troy Baker, who played Joel, played the Joker in that.
Interesting.
Yeah, it was weird, man. But yeah, dude, the amount of fucking memories I have of just playing Minecraft back when it was like actually not bullshit and not like just totally fucked.
I feel like Minecraft really started falling off after they added the Wither.
Oh, is that the black fucking figure thingy?
Yeah, the three-headed thing. Like
Oh,
the Ender
yeah.
Dragon was cool because they had that really long page of dialogue after.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool. I like the concept. I like the idea of an end game but still finishing, instead of it just being a pointless grind. And you
Right.
had a whole new dimension. You had the end, which was really cool to me. And then they added the shulkers and all that. But I really think it started falling off when they added the Wither.
I don't know. It's hard because there's so many different like there's memories of like everyone like everybody has different like time like eras of like when their favorite shit was. But fuck, bro. Yeah, no, that's rough. I don't like for instance like Battlefield 2042. That is just fucking rough. That is like a rough fucking like people like going on to like moving on to like state of like fucking just the video game industry in general. It really is normalized to complete or to release unfinished games and then have their excuse be like, "Oh no, we take care of it after launch and we patch it." But it's just like, dude, what happened to like back in the day when there were like fully like actual finished and polished games to like release to the public? Like, what the fuck happened to that?
Well,
It's just ridiculous, dude.
if you think about it, patches were a good thing in the beginning because it allowed video game studios to pretty much just be like, all right, we have a game that we just finished, but of course there's still going to be problems with it, right? Glitches, all that stuff, So I think the purpose of patches was initially to release a full game and then patch it as people played it to, change the dynamic in the game.
Yeah.
But it ended up just being where these huge companies like EA, right? They will just release basically the bare bones of a game with no meat.
Yeah, like Cyberpunk was not totally finished. It's a good game underneath all that fucking bullshit that happened. But Battlefield 2042 just like like the choices they made like in development. Like it's not even like, "Oh, it's not finished." It's like they fucked it. They said, "Oh, this is a love letter to Battlefield fans," and then proceeded to do the polar opposite of what Battlefield fans like. How is that like who does that? Like I don't know, man. It's just fucking ridiculous. I can't wrap my head around people like developers who are like just losing their interest in putting effort into the game, and it's all monetary now.
Well, yeah, it's because, once they realized video games were worth money and they could capitalize on the microtransactions, you got shit like Candy Crush, you got...
That shit's been around for a while though, and COD didn't start doing that until like especially the Warzone era when the store was filled with blueprints and shit. Bro, I think they made like at least 1.2 million per day on just skins like being bought like through Warzone and like Modern Warfare and shit. It was insane.
Well, I personally have no issue with skins that can be bought in the store as long as the game is free to play. Like if you look at League of Legends, right? It'll ruin your life, but at the same time, right? It's a free to play game. You can get better at it, but the problem with League of Legends mainly that I've found, which I despise, is elo hell. Right? You get placed if you're a new player and you don't have a record of being in gold or higher. You typically get placed in bronze or iron, right?
Yeah.
And the problem with bronze, especially iron, the one below bronze, and bronze was the lowest forever, is that you get placed there, and then every single fucking game, you get hit with a leave or a troll or, just some absolute bullshit where it always seems like the enemy team is better. Like, I'll play support Lux, right? I'm a support main, top main. I could play every role except jungle really well. And I would play Lux, who's like a mage, like a distance, high damage, squishy mage. And I would get scores like 20 and 3, 20 and 5, this and that. I have over 2,000 hours on the game. I play it a lot, or played. Now I mostly play TFT because it's just fun. But I played it, and I would get great scores. But my top laner would always pick a squishy champion, and we had no tank. The jungler would just feed, be absolutely useless, and not be in team fights. And it would just be a shit show because my team doesn't understand how to play the game.
How many hours do you have on it? The league?
At least 2,000?
At least?
At least.
That's ridiculous.
2,000 just counting, like, normals. Not ranked, not TFT, not ARAM. I have about 2,000 hours on it. I've been playing for since like 2015.
Me,
Damn, that's a long time.
yeah. We know someone. Me and I guess Jay. I guess we're calling him Jay for now. We knew this guy. We know this guy. But he I think I don't know if it was fucking I don't know if it was bullshit or if it was just bad estimation or if it was I don't know. But he said he thought maybe around 15 to 20,000 on League. Like he.
I mean, I don't think that that's accurate or even possible.
I don't know. Yeah, that's what I was saying.
He probably
it
has
might
like
have been,
5.
Oh,
5,000.
probably at the very least. Probably maybe 10, dude. I feel like he probably spent most of his days and most of his life like literally just on League. Probably.
Do you know his rank?
No, I do not.
Well, you should ask him his rank because like
Yeah.
I am not a good player. I'm like I played with a lot of my friends are ranked like plat, diamond, gold, right? And anytime I would play with them, they'd be like, "So what rank are you, Nick?" And I'd be like, "I'm fucking bronze 4." Right? Just in the shitter.
Yeah.
Just because I can't get out of it. And they're like, "Nick, you should be in gold, making you account or buying an account or something." I'm like, "Look, I don't want to do that. I have a bunch of skins on my main account. I put time and effort into it. And, I really tried to grow that account and get in a higher elo. And it's just impossible. And now that I'm working and, I have a social life, I feasibly cannot get out of bronze. Silver, maybe, good luck getting the gold. It's fucked.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on Overwatch? Like in general, like how much of it did you really do? Like, did you really play?
I look, as you know, I'm poor as fuck. I have no money. I have no way of playing Overwatch because I didn't have any money to get the game. I watched a lot of people play it. Like, Muselk?
No.
Well, he was a big TF2 YouTuber, and then he switched over to Overwatch and then Fortnite, right? Just basic following the wave of YouTube trends to make money. I respect it, but he fell off. But Overwatch, I fuck with it. It's a cool game.
Yeah, dude. It's the amount of fucking hours I have just like over the fucking years, dude. Like there were so many moments where I was like, this is the best fucking multiplayer game ever fucking made. Like it's so fucking well done. The balancing is always questionable in like hero shooters. There's always nerfs and buffs, and there's always like adjusting, but like it as a game, it was just so good. The music, of course, the soundtrack was great. There was just like in its prime, Overwatch was one of the very best multiplayer games and shooters, everything like ever.
You could say the same thing about League, though. I mean, it was top dog forever
Well,
before
yeah.
Fortnite.
I just never got into it. I never found myself wanting to. Like, I just don't like the point and click, like the overhead type shit.
MOBA?
Yeah, I don't like that shit. I just do not. I can't get behind it, dude.
I mean, I never really liked it, but then again, I started years ago, and all my friends played it, so I started playing with them, and I was trash. I was so bad. I made Trindamir and Olaf. I'm sure you don't know who that is.
No, I have no fucking idea.
But, like, now they're pretty obsolete unless you get the higher elo play, especially with Olaf. Like, the ability skill cap is low, but the strategic skill cap has to be high if you want to play those fucking champions.
Right.
And the balance is always between strategy and actual ability. So, like, I may be really smart strategically with a certain champion, but the champion's kit is just not fucking good enough in the meta. Like the meta may be, so there's like different types of metas. There's League of Tanks, which is basically if you pick a tank champion, tanks have been buffed so far with their items that you just pick a tank and you win the game.
Right. Yeah.
League of Tanks, you have the ADC meta, which is when the attack damage carry can buy items that are stupid broken and just one-shot anyone. Tank, it really wouldn't matter.
I got a question for you.
Yeah.
What was your main choice of food when you were like gaming? Like at your desk? Like what was that fucking thing that like got you onto your fucking desk and was just like, I'm about to fucking eat my soul out and just completely demolish?
Maybe a burrito, like just
like a regular ass burrito?
I mean, I never ordered food really often with my family, so it was just...
Well, I mean, what's your favorite fast food? I think.
Growing up in New York, you don't need it. You got corner stores everywhere. Then you got restaurants with cheap food everywhere. I'd get a gyro sometimes, with white sauce, red sauce.
Yeah.
It's great.
But like, if you had to choose fast food chains, if there's like the one that's like beats all of them, Five Guys included, that still counts.
Then you gotta include Shake Shack and In-N-Out.
Yeah, sure.
Chipotle too.
Okay, which one? Mine personally is fucking Five Guys.
Yeah,
They
no.
do not miss, bro. It is insane.
I'll take In-N-Out burgers, but on the flip side, I'll also take Five Guys Cajun fries.
Over
In-N-Out fries.
In-N-Out fries.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
4x4 Animal Style is the best burger.
Dude, I still haven't fucking tried.
Yeah, because you don't
In-N-Out.
leave your house.
No, In-N-Out.
Yeah, because you don't leave your house.
Bro, they don't have fucking In-N-Out here. I have In-N-Out in fucking L.A., of course, and
They have
other
LA,
states.
Arizona,
Yeah.
one in Colorado.
Colorado.
Yeah.
You say Colorado.
Colorado.
Colorado. Okay. Shit.
You gotta go.
So
do
I
it,
guess
though.
you just never fucking grew up eating that fucking fat ass fucking McDonald's type shit.
The only time my family would ever eat fast food was in airports, which we went to like a couple times a year. But really, my family wasn't really a fast food type of family. We'd always bring our own food, have our own shit. We wouldn't really need like fast food. We'd have stuff. If we went to an airport domestic flight, we'd have snacks.
Dude, the fast food breakfast usually is good. But dude, the one that, okay, obviously the sausage, egg, and cheese McMuffin from McDonald's doesn't.
McGriddle's better.
Well, yeah, the McGriddle and that. But there's something that I don't think I've known anyone that has tried, and they took it off the menu, I think, a few years ago. But it's the bacon, egg, and cheese bagel. And they have this, like, fucking, this, like, butter sauce in the hole.
From where?
McDonald's. They took it off the menu, like, a few years ago.
I mean, I wouldn't really care. I'm not a McDonald's person.
I know. I'm just saying, like, that fucking bacon, egg, and cheese bagel, bro, it fucking smacked my ass. It was so good.
Look, growing up in New York, you don't need to go to McDonald's for a fucking bagel. You go to the corner store and you cop a bagel, right? You just buy a bagel with cream cheese and you eat it. Or you go to a bagel shop or whatever. You just have shit there that you can just get. Down here it's different, right? Finding a good bagel is hard because the water's different. The crust on pizza is different.
Yeah, dude. Another thing with fucking with bagels is that, like, I've had some bagels where the cream cheese just doesn't do it. Like, it just doesn't. Like, the cream cheese just doesn't taste right, and the bagel is just ruined. Like shit, like Philadelphia and like I think what's that cream cheese with the pink top, like the pink like logo sort of.
I always know
It's-
Philadelphia, or
Yeah.
we just pick it up at a bodega or deli.
It's shit like, oh man, like especially Brooklyn Water Bagel.
I think.
Oh yeah, we tried that.
Yeah,
I
it
showed you, dude. That fucking the cream cheese that they put on that shit is fucking so good.
It's probably just Philadelphia or a homemade recipe. That's
Probably
just like Philadelphia.
Just fucking Philadelphia.
Yeah, buying tubs of it.
All right, hold on. I have to go fucking refill my water. 1 sec.
So like, when I traveled a lot, right, I couldn't find any good bagels. But when I went to Italy, something that was comparable to New York was the pizza, right? I had like pizza in Italy specifically that was pretty good, comparable to New York, but I prefer New York pizza anyway, right? Like, New York pizza is just so much better than anywhere else in the world. Like, when I went to Italy, in Rome, I had a lot of Neapolitan style pizza. It just wasn't my favorite. Like, there was almost no crust. I couldn't lift up my slice. It tasted good, but it wasn't like an A+ pizza.
What are the fucking types of pizzas where you just lift it up and it just sags down like 90-degree slope?
Neapolitan. It's like a really small pizza, maybe 12-inch pizza.
Because it's like every time you get Papa John's or something shitty like that, you pick up the slice, it is not stiff even a little bit. It just falls straight fucking down.
You're talking about fucking Papa John's.
Well, no, I know, but I'm sure there are other fucking pizzas like that, dude.
Bad pizzas. Like, if you go to New Haven, right?
New Haven,
Connecticut, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, they have pretty good pizza, especially if really thin, crispy pizza. It's really fucking good,
Yeah.
But I'm just not a fan. I like thin New York style pizza. Not so thin that it's a cracker, but thin enough to where
Like a cracker.
it's a good ratio of cheese, sauce, and crust.
Yeah. I don't... Dude, okay, do you like a lot of sauce on your fucking pizza? Or do you think, like, too much sauce can just totally... Like, in my opinion, if there's too much sauce, like, if I'm getting more sauce in my mouth than cheese, I fucking hate it. Like, I just can't do it.
I mean, like, a bite or two like that on a slice? Valid.
I'm talking about the whole slice, though.
Nah.
Yeah.
It just gets too wet. But it also depends on the thickness of the crust.
The thickness of the crust.
Yeah. So, like, if you get a Sicilian slice, which are like an inch thick, it's pillowy dough and it's crispy on the bottom. And
Yeah.
they're great. But, like, more sauce on that is way better than more sauce on a New York style where it's just going to make the dough soggy. It's not matching up with the cheese, you know. So it really depends on what kind of pizza you're getting when you do that.
Yeah, what's your opinion on deep dish? He's pulling. Okay, no one can see this, but we went to Walmart yesterday to get some stuff, and motherfucker bought like a 64-ounce like pail to put in like a drink, and he bought like a fucking gallon of Mucho Mango Arizona, and just poured the entire thing in. It looks so stupid.
It's like those Gatorade coolers you have in high school. It's like a mini version of one of those.
Fucking drink out. You can't even hold it with one fucking hand, bro. It's kind of fucked. Is that? Yeah, there you go. But dude, it's so fucking terrible, dude. Okay, deep dish though. Like Chicago, full Chicago, like 2-inch thick. Fuck, not
that shit is not pizza. That's a pizza ingredient casserole.
So
end of story.
So you're not on the deep dish side.
Nah, but if you go to Detroit, right, they have like the steel pan pizza. That's pretty valid. I fuck with it.
Yeah, Pizza Hut does pan pizza, and it's fucking really good for delivery. Like for pizza chain, it's fucking great.
Oh, I fucking hate pizza chains. They all suck cock, except for a pizza chain in New York called Two Bros, Dollar Slices. They have like 3 locations, and they're fucking amazing.
Really?
Yeah, I used to eat them all the time. I used to, when I was in art camp at Cooper Union in art college, right, like a pre-college program, I used to eat a pie every day for lunch.
A whole pie?
Whole pie.
That's really good.
Yeah, we got an hour for lunch. So, I'd go around the corner, buy papers at one of the little stands that they had, Like, this was back before I really vaped. I just smoked cigarettes. And I would get, papers or a one-hitter or whatever I needed in the beginning of the program. And then I used to cop weed from my guy in Manhattan.
All the way in fucking Manhattan?
All the way. Well, yeah, the program was in Manhattan. I lived in Brooklyn. So I'd take the train up to Manhattan, 30-minute train, skate on my longboard from the train, 14th Street over to St. Mark's where Cooper Union was at, and there's a Two Bros right there. So, at lunch, I do, whatever drugs during the day, snorting Adderall, whatever it was. And then I'd go over and,
let me move this.
leave lunch. I would leave lunch, right? Leave the building and go to lunch with my boy Alex Salsa.
Alex Salsa.
Yeah, it's not his real name, but that's what everyone knew him as.
It's a pretty sick name.
Yeah, cool guy. But we would just go, get the one hitter, smoke a bunch. I would get a pie. He'd get like 2 or 3 slices. And I just eat the whole pie while sometimes I'd cop up some mushrooms. And I put the mushrooms on the slice, make myself my own personal magic mushroom pizza.
Oh my god, dude. Fucking magic. Like, instead of fucking pizza mushrooms, just
magic
straight
mushrooms.
up fucking psilocybin fucking pizza, bro.
Yeah.
PP.
Yeah.
Psilocybin pizza.
And I would eat those last because the mushrooms, they would taste like shit.
Nice.
And I'd be chewing forever. But I'd eat them, go back into class. And usually we had photography in the morning, which was, you take pictures and you develop the pictures in the darkroom. But on the days where it was in the afternoon, I would develop the pictures on mushrooms. And dude, there was this girl in there, nice, fit girl, fat ass. She was so nice to me and so into me. But I was always so high that I was oblivious to it. She gave me a fucking love letter probably, I don't even know what it said, but I was so high I lost the letter in the dark room and never got it.
That's pretty fucked up, man.
Yeah, it sucks.
So I guess we're doing drug stories now. I guess that fucking counts.
Why not? I got a pretty good one. You give one and I'll give people my ketamine story.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Okay, just to clarify, I have only smoked weed and I did acid one time, and then that got me off of weed, and now the only thing I do is drink occasionally. And you...
I'm a recovering heroin addict.
Yeah, you are totally sober.
Yeah, except for nicotine and caffeine.
Yes. Okay, so fucking terrible story of me. The first and only time I did acid, I was at this rich kid's house, and I sort of knew I knew him from school. He wasn't a super good friend, but like I knew him, and like we smoked and like in his in his Jeep and shit like that. And there was this other guy that I knew longer than the rich kid, and we all three like found ourselves just like going in the rich kid's car and just like fucking smoking all the time, like during school, dude. One fine afternoon, I think it was a weekend, and he's like, do you want to try acid? And I don't know why I didn't say, fuck that. Why the fuck would I do that? I don't know what I was thinking. He had a bag of mushrooms too, but he thought acid was good to do, it was the right choice, and I was like, fuck, I don't even know. And I guess I got peer pressured into doing it like a fucking idiot. But then, we take the acid. He said it was only, I think he said, what's the normal amount of micrograms for one tab again? Like 150?
It's UG, and I would say a really, like if it's real acid, and not just a research chemical, between 80 and 150 is like a normal tab, and then you can get into the stronger ones, which I always got, which were like 150 to 250.
Okay, so... He said they were like underdosed a little bit. He said his guy said it was 80. So he was like, we should just take 2. So it'll be like an actual...
What did he do, bullshit you?
No. He wasn't bullshitting. So he was like, okay, let's just take 2 80s each, or whatever the fuck. I don't know how to fucking phrase it. So we go to Publix, and I started to feel it sort of kicking in. I sort of feel like my body like changing, like the way my body's feeling just feels a lot different. And it's like, okay, I'm feeling it, but I'm not totally tripping or anything like that. Mm-hmm. So we go to, I don't even know what the fuck we went to Publix for, but we went to Publix, we went back to the house. It was a fucking nice ass house, bro. It was a really nice house.
Yeah, it was a rich guy.
And his parents didn't care that he smoked or did anything too. So we just went up in his room, did dabs and shit like that.
Neither did mine.
Really?
My parents were fine with me smoking, yeah. They smoke too.
So we go up in his room, and we're like, it's gradually starting to get more and more like, okay, I'm feeling this more. And then right as we're starting to really feel it, he's like, dude, my parents want us to come down to have dinner. And I'm like, no, I am not going down there. And the other guy was like, no, we can't go. And he's just like, come on, dude, it's fine. We'll just be like 5 minutes. So we go fucking down there. I sit at the table, and we're all sitting, and I'm looking at the other friend that's, like not his house, like me and him and then the rich kid. And I'm looking at this guy, and he's like barely taking bites out of his food, and he just looks so uncomfortable and like sort of laughing under his breath. And I'm just like, what the fuck is going on? And I end up feeling really panicky a little bit, and I'm like, all right, I masked it pretty good. I was like, all right, I'm gonna go upstairs. I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back. And I did the last thing you probably should do on psychedelics, which is I looked straight at myself in the mirror.
I mean, for me,
maybe, I don't know if that's a terrible thing.
People always say never to do that. Never look yourself in the mirror. You're gonna freak yourself out. I never had an issue with that. I would always take like these heroic doses of like 6 tabs, 8 tabs, and just look myself in the mirror and be like, damn, I look like a lizard right now. Yeah, no. So I looked at myself in the mirror, I took my shirt off, and I still had the bite of my food in my mouth, and I was chewing it for probably 10 minutes. I didn't swallow it. I was like, I don't even remember if I spat it out or anything like that. It was really weird. So I found myself just lying in his bed, shirtless,
just waiting for him to get back. At this point, I'm like kind of freaking out. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? This is scaring the shit out of me. And then they finally get up and they're like, where'd you go? And they're just seeing me lying down on his bed. And I'm like, I don't even know, dude. And I think they're like, a few minutes go by, I guess, and they're like rolling the blunts and shit. And one of them says, what? And then I'm just like, whatever. And then I hear it again, and then again, and then again, and then again. So it's just, what? And I'm like, and I just go, shut up. And they're like, we only said it once. And I'm like, no. I'm like, there's no way that's fucking happening, dude. It was insane. But yeah, dude, it was fucking weird. And I was like, oh, fuck. So eventually, the rich kid is on like, I think 3 tabs of acid. And he thinks it's a good idea to go driving. And he drove fine, by the way. We went driving. Dude, it was ridiculous because we found ducks and chased ducks around. It was the weirdest fucking craziest shit. And yeah, no, by the end of the night, well, there's other shit that happened. A few other people came over. I tried using the hoverboard on fucking acid, and that was fucking weird. And when the other guys came, it felt like 2 hours when they were rolling blunts, when it was probably like 15 minutes, like rolling a bunch of blunts, but it felt like so long. And one of them actually, some asshole, that was back when I had longer hair, like not long hair but longer hair. And the last thing you should fucking do to someone who's having a bad trip is take their hair out the back and cut off a piece of their hair. That's what he did. That's what this random guy did.
I would have just beat the shit out of him.
I wasn't able. I was just like, what the fuck? It felt so weird. I was on acid because it felt the hair tearing out, sort of. It felt really, really odd. It was fucking creepy. It was fucking terrifying. It sucked. So anyway, they eventually leave. We go driving, and then we stop at this like corner store, and he was like, yo, my guy just texted me, and it actually was 180 each. So I took 2 180 fucking microgram tabs or whatever the fuck, and and then eventually I just stopped smoking weed cold turkey. I had fucking panic attacks for about 2 weeks straight, 24 hours a day, like literally every second of the day, panic attack for 2 weeks straight, and then I didn't smoke weed ever again. Oh no, a few months went by and they peer pressured me into hitting a dab pen once, and then I again had a panic attack, and then that was the last time I fucking smoked. So the last time I smoked weed or did anything was May of 2019. So that's my fucking drug story. That's my only worth telling drug story.
I have a million of them. I got the first time I did meth. I got and the ketamine story. Which one do you think is gonna be better?
I don't know.
Which one do you want to hear?
I'm curious about the ketamine. I'm curious about both, honestly.
All right, I'll tell the ketamine one this time, and then, on another episode, I can go really deep into, like, a bunch of stories.
Right.
But, so I'm in college at this time, in art school, Pratt Institute. Great school, but they treat their students like absolute shit, right? So I'm just hanging out, trying to get my schoolwork done. I have a bunch of shit to do the next day. And I'm colorblind. It's hard as fuck to do a color class piece of work while you're colorblind, right?
Naturally.
It just sucked. So I'm chilling. It's like a Thursday or something, some random night, and I have a dealer. I'm just gonna call him G. And G hits me up. We smoked before. I've bought ketamine off him, whatever. And he texts me like, "Hey Nick, I found a bag of some crystals on the ground. You want them?" And I'm like, fuck yeah, I want them. I was a fiend. I would do anything. I was already shooting heroin at that time. But I was like, fuck it. It's either going to be ketamine and I'm getting nothing done, or it's meth and I'm getting every piece of schoolwork done for the rest of the year. Right? So, I put on my big jacket. It's New York in the winter. I put on my big jacket in my underwear. Like, I got no clothes on. Actually, no, I did have clothes on. I had shorts and a shirt, just my regular outfit.
What time was this? Like, what time of the day?
Maybe 7:30, 8. It was already dark. It was already dark out. Yeah,
okay.
I'd already done my classes for the day. And I think I had nighttime classes. If it was a Thursday, I would have had my English class. Like, creative writing, whatever. Mandatory class. I hated it. I ended up dropping out of it. Right?
Jesus. Fucking chair.
So, I'm chilling. just vibing, doing my work. He hits me up like, hey, Nick, I found a baggie. You want it? And I'm like, absolutely. Free shit. I'll take it any day of the week. So, I go down in my jacket, my shorts, my shirt, my ID card, and I think that was all I was wearing. And then, Grant, I'll just call him Grant. Grant is down there, right? And he's smiling. He's like an Irish guy, a little bit of a beard. It's orange.
Irish.
So, huh?
I said Irish.
Irish. But, he's down there. He's smiling, right? Like, he knows what's going down, right? Because he knows me. If he gives me something, I'm doing it all. I'm not holding anything back. So, I go down there. We're talking a little bit, and he pulls out a baggie, and it looks like it has about 1 gram to 1.5 grams of crystals. I'm like, cool, whatever. And then, so right around here is when the story branches off into 2 perspectives. Mine and everybody else. So I'll go through step by step, kind of mixing in between them. So, for now, it's pretty consistent between mine and everybody else. Grant is chilling. He gives me the bag. I pour the entire thing out on my phone, grab my Metro card, crush it up. It's like a fat line. It's fucking huge. It's like thick. It's tall. It's like a mountain of snow. And I just ask him for $1. I'm poor as fuck. He's like, yeah, sure, here's $1. He gives me $1, roll it up, do the line. Huge line. I was like tearing up because it's a crystal. And he's smile wide as hell. Huge smile. Right? And I'm kind of like worried now. Like, why is he smiling so wide?
Right.
Why is he looking at me like that? So whatever. We're still talking, vibing, just hanging out. And like a few minutes go by, and I feel kind of funny. Like something's happening. It could be meth. It could be ketamine. We're just kind of like in between the two at that time. He's still smiling while we're talking. And then after 5 minutes since I did the line, colors get really bright. Like all the colors around me get really bright. My vision gets a little blurry. I'm like, okay, it's probably a little bit of ketamine. I'm fine. 10 minutes go by. My legs feel like jelly, and my vision is really fucked up. And I'm kind of like swaying. And we're not even talking, I don't think. We're just kind of there. And he's laughing at me. And then, 15 minutes since I did it, I can't feel my legs. I'm just a brain floating in the air.
Jesus. What the fuck?
Yeah. So at this time, my perspective is I'm a floating brain. To Grant, he was like laughing at me. To me, he said that I was like swaying, kind of stumbling, and I wasn't even walking. He's like, all right. And then I tell him, or I think I tell him, I'm feeling not so great. Maybe I'm just going to go inside and get some work done. And he's like, you're not getting shit done, Nick. I'm like, all right, if you say so. And this is where the story's really, split down the middle. My version is I kind of black out here and there. So, it's like I blink and I teleport. So I'm across the street, I blink, I'm now on the side of the street that's my dorm. I blink again, my face is against the glass of the first door. Right? I blink again, I'm through the first door, in between the 2 doors, where you have to like swipe your card. I blink again, I'm at the front desk, swipe my card, everything's good. Turn to my left to walk towards the elevator. All good. Blink again, I'm in front of the elevator. Blink again, I'm inside it. And then I'm at my floor. Then I'm in my room. And I lay down on my back, and I'm chilling. Everybody else's perspective here is a little bit different from mine. So, I was really chill with the security guards. They always know I'm fucked up. They laugh, we talk, it's great. So it was one of my favorite security guards that night. And he told me the next day that I slammed into the doors. Right? I stumbled across the street, somehow not getting hit by cars. Slammed into the front doors, both sets of doors. Went to the front desk, kind of just laid on it. He was like, all right, you're good, just go upstairs. I'm like, okay, cool. And he saw me walk down the hallway. And when you're a kid and you just kind of lean on a wall and walk at the same time?
Mm-hmm.
I did that and tore down every single poster and bulletin piece of paper there was. I would say at least 15 posters. Like, come to this fair, we got this frat and we're doing wing night. Like, stupid shit. But I tear it all down. and he heard me like stumble into the elevator somehow. He was amazed I even made it into my apartment. And then I get to my floor, and then people on my floor were telling me, because they were doing work in the common area, that I was doing the same thing, walking against the wall, slammed into the door to my bedroom, right, my dorm room, slammed into it. I didn't open it because I usually keep my door unlocked. I slam into it and just plop into my bed. Door closes. And here, right, I'm laying in my bed on my back, coat's off, I'm in a shirt, shorts, and socks. So I was dating a girl at the time, right, long-term girlfriend, and I text her like, hey, I'm really high, I think it's ketamine, I probably won't text you for the rest of the night. I'm like, okay, everything's figured out. Girl knows where I am, I'm in my dorm, I'm safe, no one's gonna fuck with me here.
Were you completely alone?
Yeah.
Oh,
my
shit.
roommate, fantastic guy. I'm so grateful to him for not reporting me to the school board, or else I would have been kicked out of the dorms immediately. But great guy. He was an architecture major, so he basically lived in the architecture building. They have so much work. They bring sleeping bags and sleep there.
Oh my
Like
god.
it's that intense. So he's never there. He usually gets home at like maybe 5, sleeps for 2 hours and goes back. I don't know
God damn, bro.
how he did that.
Yeah, that's I couldn't fucking do that.
Yeah. So I'm laying on my back in bed, hot as fuck, right? Feel a little bit of a breeze, but I'm chilling. I'm just laying on my back, and it feels like I'm still just a floating brain. At this point, I know my body's there, right? I have no conception of what time it is. I have no idea what's going on. My eyes are closed. I'm just laying there, and I just turn my head back and forth. But it doesn't feel like my head is going back and forth. It feels like my head is just my head, and it's almost like I reach my hands out, grab the whole universe, and turn it left and right.
That is fucked.
Yeah.
That is insane.
So my head wasn't moving. I was moving the whole world instead.
Holy Jesus, dude.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool sounding, but that sounds fucking creepy, man.
I was 100% in a K-hole. Just absolutely gone on another plane of existence.
Jesus. No, that'll do it, huh? Holy fuck.
Yeah, a gram and a half a ket. So that was my perspective up until, mid-range of the night. So now let's switch to my girl's perspective. She receives a few texts from me, and they go as such. I think I'm dying. I don't exist.
God.
Help me. I just did a lot of drugs. I'm really high. I'm dying. I'm moving the whole world with my mind. Of course, naturally. She gets worried as fuck. So she texts my friend, our mutual friend, Carla. Somebody who lived, a few floors down, whatever. Nice girl. She comes up to check on me. She sees me laying in bed, right? Still clothed, which is a plus. And she opens the door. All the lights are on. Every light in this room is on. And we had several lights. We had like desk lamps, we had overheads, we had dimmers on the sides of the room, and we had personalized lights over individual beds. So it was very, very bright. And she opens the door and she's like, "Hey Nick, are you all right?" And it was funny because my body wouldn't move, but my head shot up. Kind of, I don't know how to describe it, like this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I'm laying on my back and my head just, like my chin touches my chest. And I'm just like, yeah, I'm good. So she's like, okay, and just leaves and, I guess texts my girl back, he's okay. But that was it. And then later in the night, I remember being really hot. Like I'm laying over hot coals.
Oh, go.
Yeah, so I'm like,
Jesus.
okay. I usually slept in my underwear. So I was just like, okay, I take off my shirt, take off my shorts, take off my socks, and I'm just lying there like a starfish, nice and comfy. I'm kind of mellowing out from the drugs. I'm just vibing. And then my roommate comes home. He opens the door, and what he described to me was hilarious. He described my coat in the center of this tiny little closet of a room. Me laying in bed starfish, my shorts around my ankles, socks like half on my feet. Like basically just hanging off my toes.
My God.
He described my shirt pulled up right under my titties and me just smiling.
Oh my God.
Like I really did try and take off my clothes, but it just wouldn't happen. And then I ended up waking up at 11 the next day like 11 a.m. You know, I missed class. I think I just said, hey, I'm not feeling well. But I remember my girl pissed at me. Grant was laughing at me so hard the next day. He's like, I can't believe you did that. You're an animal. And I'm just like, bro, I was so fucked up. Why didn't you tell me what it was? And he was like, I had an idea, but I couldn't know for sure. I'm like, you fucking piece of shit.
Jesus, dude.
But yeah.
Fuck that. Seriously, fuck that. That doesn't
was a
sound.
fun one.
That does not sound fucking. That sounds like shit, man. That sounds fucking terrible.
I got a million stories like
I'm
that.
just glad I never ended up doing like legit drugs, like hard drugs and shit. Fuck that, dude.
Like coke, meth, and heroin.
Yeah, no, fuck that. I'm glad I never did that.
It ain't worth doing.
Did you ever do drugs in like? You did drugs in like other countries, right? You visited a lot of countries.
I would usually bring drugs with me. So when I went to Russia, I brought my weed pen. When I went to Mexico and Canada, I trafficked heroin in there.
God damn, dude.
Yeah. I didn't fuck around. When I went to the Netherlands, I brought meth with me.
Isn't Netherlands? Can't you like buy shrooms there, like
Yeah, you
legally?
can- well, shrooms were made illegal or criminalized several years ago because a few tourists lost their minds on it. So what they did was they changed the regulation, and now you can't get shrooms, but you can get truffles, which essentially are underground mushrooms.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, like, what's your favorite fucking country though? Like, actually.
Oh, to like visit?
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many. I would say by climate, in the southern region of the Americas, I would probably go with Mexico. Those all-inclusive resorts, so good. You know, my recommendation: bring your own weed. You know, a lot of people won't do it. I almost got caught in the airport for it in Mexico, but that's another story. You know, I almost got caught, but I brought my own weed. I brought my own heroin, and I had a great time. I drank all the alcohol I wanted because it was all-inclusive. Great time.
I still haven't been to another fucking country, man, and I really want to go. There's so many fucking places I want to go. Like, France is fucking beautiful. Italy's beautiful. Spain sounds fun as shit. Norway's gorgeous. Fucking Scotland looks gorgeous. And then obviously me and my roommate are, you know, eventually we are going to fucking, you know, we are going to Japan for a month. We were going to go this March, but it was, they never lifted the travel ban yet. And we're just hoping like next spring it's going to fucking, they'll lift it, hopefully, but they're like really strict with it. They're like really like careful with the fucking COVID thing with the travel ban. They're only, yeah, dude, I read somewhere they're only letting like just now they're letting like just like business people and like international students and shit into the country and no one else. And that really, really sucks, man, because is your pail all right? Is it leaking?
I don't think so, but now I'm wet.
Now, oh, I saw it fucking splash onto you.
Oh, well, whatever.
Good going, douche. But yeah, dude, Japan, bro. Japan's my dream country. I don't think I can ask for a better country to go to. Like in general, like I just don't want to go anywhere else. I still haven't gone anywhere else, but
You fuck with Japan heavy.
I just really want that to be my first country, but I don't know if it will be. Because we were thinking maybe going to Bali at some point, maybe in the summer. But I don't know.
Bali's pretty cool. I like Bali.
Bali looks fucking sick. And then there's that place, St. Lucia or whatever, in the Caribbean. Bro,
Yeah.
come on.
I don't know. I Caribbean's cool. You know, go on a cruise. I go island hopping. Fuck around. It's fun. You know, you can see a bunch of cool shit. I did that a few times.
That
But
sounds so cool, dude.
it's a lot of fun. You know, meet girls, drink, smoke, do whatever you want. But I was always a big fan of Europe. I love Europe.
Well, yeah, Europe, there's so much different shit going on there. There's so many different countries to, like, just fucking... So many different cultures, so many different types of, like, scenery, I think. I just haven't really seen, really. I mean, like, I feel like once I have finally go... Oh, Switzerland's another one.
Yeah.
I really want to go to, like, those fucking mountain ranges, the valleys and shit, and the...
Alps.
the Swiss Alps. Jesus Christ, man. Like, it's not even funny how much I want to go there, too. But yeah, I feel like once I finally go to a place like that, it's gonna be straight up like it's gonna feel like a dream. Like I'm gonna be like, I cannot actually believe I'm here. That's what I felt like when I went to Asheville with you know,
Yeah, R.
yeah, R. We when I saw the mountains, like, cause we got there at like fucking 12 a.m. because we drove all the way from here to there, and we got there at like 12 a.m. and I only saw like outlines of mountains when we were driving to the Airbnb. So I was like, oh my god, there's no way. I've never seen shit like this. And then we get to the Airbnb, which was a nice ass fucking cabin hut thing, like on the property of like a huge like 3-acre property of this really nice family. And we walk out of the front door, and we walk up this little hill thing, and we just see like these huge mountains, like just like not even a mile away. Just
What
like
was it, Smoky Mountains?
No, I don't know. What do you mean?
The name of the mountain range.
Fuck, I don't remember what it's called.
I think it's the Smoky Mountains.
I don't think it is. Hold on.
Appalachian?
No.
North Carolina mountains ranges.
Appalachian, yeah.
Not the Smoky? Blue Ridge.
Yeah, Blue Ridge. Yes, that's what it was. Blue Ridge. That, Jesus Christ, man. It was so cool, man. We drove on the fucking Blue Ridge Mountains, like along the Blue Ridge Parkway.
Mm-hmm.
And you saw the pictures, like
Yeah.
was, like just like a beautiful valley, like right under me. It was the huge like tourist like spot where you could like park your car at the side of the road on this edge and just look at this huge valley. It was just fucking gorgeous. So if I thought that was like a fucking, if I couldn't believe I was there, I couldn't imagine what I'd be like in like the Swiss Alps or like anywhere like ridiculous looking.
The
like,
Rocky
like,
Mountains.
Yeah, yeah.
I love the Rockies.
I haven't been there. I haven't been anywhere really. I've been to Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia, Louisiana, I think, but like all like really like passing through kind of.
Just naming states.
Yeah, I haven't really visited any of them except for North Carolina and Virginia.
I've been to, obviously America, Canada, Mexico, the Caribbean, Guatemala, and then moving on to Europe, I've been to Spain, Italy, France, Russia, I think Greenland, Germany, Austria, the Netherlands. I think there are a few more that I'm missing in my mind. But yeah, I've traveled a lot. Usually when I visit a country, like when I went on my Italy trip, I went to Rome, Florence, and Venice. And you need to go see fucking Venice. It's going to be underwater within a couple of years.
I know, I really need to see that shit. It looks so cool, man.
Just don't go in the summer. The canals stink.
Actually, of what?
Of shit.
Of real shit.
Like, they smell bad.
Why? And why at a certain time of the year?
'Cause it's hot.
Gross.
Yeah.
So it's not a good idea to go in that water ever.
No.
But people go in the boats, though.
Well, the boats is different. You're not getting wet.
Well, yeah, but you never know. So you can get splashed when you're fucking in a boat on the water. I mean, you gotta prepare for that.
I went in the boat and, you didn't really get splashed.
You didn't really get splashed, but maybe a few drops here and there, bro.
I don't think so.
I'd be
went
so
down
bothered.
through the canals.
I'd be so bothered by that.
Well,
I'd
just
be like,
get in the
gross.
boat and just say, hey, I want to be in the calmest possible water. And they'll be like, all right. And they'll take you.
And then there's that other type of guy who's like, I want as much shit water on me as possible. I want to get dirty.
But yeah, you need to go as soon as possible.
I will try. I will try for sure.
Just a lot of restaurants will have people outside of the restaurant trying to get you to go in.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And they'll be like, oh, look at our menu. We have this, we have that, we have this, we have that.
Well, I'm sure anything in fucking Italy is really good food. Really?
I mean, well, your palate's very different from mine.
Well, yeah, I haven't had a lot of foreign food compared to you.
Yeah, I love foreign food. When I went to Italy, I ate a lot of pasta. I had this delicious, cream white sauce. It's not Alfredo, it's something else with, mushroom. Oh, so good.
Anyway, I couldn't do mushrooms, man. I don't like mushrooms. I don't like olives. I don't like onions. I don't like fucking tomatoes.
Capers guy?
What the fuck is that?
You don't know what a caper is?
I've heard it. I just don't remember what it Bitch ass fly.
Fucking mosquito.
Look at this.
You got a mosquito in your apartment.
Bro, I'm so sorry. Alright, well, catch us next time, probably next week at some point. Between Friday and Monday every week. Yeah. Thanks for tuning in to Kurt and Relish. We will see you next time. Oh shit, that was I almost shit myself.